did it, guys. We fucking did it. What am I talking about, you're asking? I can only play so much Who Let the Dogs Out before this whole video gets taken down.
We finally realized the Baja Men were the real hidden champions of the early 2000s.
Yes, what I'm talking about is that we fucking got our fucking, you know what it is, our fucking Tower of God video, got a bunch of shitty comments, and I feel accomplished. Right now, I got it open right here. It's sitting at a lean 1,279 views. That for us,
it's pretty good.
Pretty damn good for a video without Digibro in it.
Who?
Because if he's in a video, all of a sudden, all of our subscribers come out of the fucking woodworks, and we get like 3,000 views somehow. And you're like, okay, so the 7,000 people still subscribed supposedly do exist. They just won't watch anything with us. I don't know how they haven't unsubbed yet, but they'll come out of the woodworks to watch something with Digibro in it. But this is the first video I think that me and you have ever made that got reach outside of our subscriber base. And it was like lightning in a fucking bottle. Because I didn't know shit about Tower of God at all going into that. I literally, right before we were recording, I saw the thumbnail and went, I guess I'll just watch the trailer because this is out. Because it's obviously something that we wouldn't like. So we wouldn't have even bothered. But I watched the trailer and thought, oh, this art looks kind of neat. And that's the only reason we gave it a shot. I didn't look up anything about it beforehand. Hope is the one who knew that it was a Crunchyroll thing.
Yeah.
And that you knew that it was a comic. I didn't know that until we were talking about it.
I had done very minimal research because I always review the Annie chart before the season starts. I saw the promotional image and that it was a Crunchyroll original, and I was like, I couldn't give a shit less.
Yeah. I didn't know any of that going in. I knew absolutely nothing. So I didn't know until that Crunchyroll logo went up on screen that this was a Crunchyroll original. So it's like, it's not like we picked this show to shit on and to do a clickbait thing. It just worked out perfectly really well to be a clickbait thing. Even though it's only given us like 300 extra views, you know, which is not a big deal. But the comments are fucking hilarious and I love them.
I have not read any of these comments, so
and it's just it's so validating for me to like have always heard about how to do clickbait right, and then for it to just fall in place in the proper way because we watched it, we didn't give a shit, we shout all over it like we do many things. I didn't even think we were that harsh, you know. I felt like we ultimately just said it was mediocre, and like we said.
I think we played it up for yucks. But
yeah, like obviously there are certain things that were jokes, but people don't understand that on the internet. Anyone who subscribes to us understands us, you know?
Yeah.
And I even think there were probably people who were subscribed to us who were fans of it, and those are the people in the comments going like, oh, this is something that's actually really good that I wish you would check out, you know?
Rational people who explained their viewpoint in the comments, which is great.
Which is valid.
That's totally fine.
Awesome. But, pretty funny. Pretty fucking good. Because it was like, in the editing, I started to feel like maybe we were a little too harsh on this for the internet, you know? Like, for me and you, it's like nothing. Like, we've shot on things way harder than this. But, like, if it's people organically finding you who don't know anything about you, we're kind of harsh on it because we're making jokes through the show and stuff. But, I have some fun analytics I want to get into.
Oh, God.
I was deep diving earlier to see I wanted to see where the traffic was coming from, what sort of views, what was the viewer retention. I think there's good memes in that.
69%.
I'm having fun with this because we've never had useful analytics before, you know? This is totally new. And even though it's the smallest amount, the fact that people searched this show and found because it wasn't sidebar recommendations that got us this traffic, it was searches. People actually searched for Tower of God videos, and we're probably the only negative video on that page.
I'd be interested to know what the positive to negative video ratio is.
Yeah. I mean, we can see it in our sidebar right now. We've got fucking Mr. Bonehead. It's finally here, Tower of God. He's so excited. Like, that's the general reaction I'm seeing. I didn't know how big of a deal this show was gonna be, you know, until I'm seeing Crunchyroll ads on my fucking phone now every 5 seconds advertising Tower of God,
it's
because
like pinned
they know
on their
we
fucking
want it.
Twitter, so clearly it's a big deal for them.
But pretty funny. There's a part of me that wants to go, please, please let this be our SAO. Please let this be Sword Art Online of the future, because we
can
were
only be so fortunate.
You know, if you know us, like, I think we take partial credit for the downfall of Sword Art Online, because if Conrad takes credit for, you know, the downfall of Sword Art Online with his videos that started the cultural zeitgeist shift to hating SAO, which now is
the norm.
Yeah. It's like back when this started, no one hated SAO. It was considered to be one of those things where it's like, oh, even if you don't like it, oh, the novels get better. It all gets better down the line. You just haven't gotten far enough. This was written 10 years ago. Like, it gets so much better. Everything gets better. And then the show goes on and on and on and on and on, and everyone still considers it to be a growing pile of shit. So, like, part of me wants to go, oh, I hope this is the new SAO. And it just goes on and on and on, and it only ever gets worse, and we just get validated over and over again. But I walk that back. I want to be a little more fair. Because, yeah, I didn't know anything about this going into it. I didn't know it was supposed to be good, you know? Certain people go, like, oh, you were ignorant about it. It's like, yeah, I guess I was ignorant. I didn't know I was watching a masterpiece, you know?
Here's the thing. You can't just tell me this is good, and then I'm expected to perceive it as good. The show has to prove to me that it's good.
Yeah.
I don't care what the preconceived notions are. If it's not something that I objectively think is good, then...
Yeah.
It's
Which
not good.
you are more steadfast in opinions than I am. I am very opinion fluid. Like, I'll be like, oh, people say it might get better later. Maybe I was a little too harsh. Whatever. Hope is always like, no, fuck that.
I'm sorry. If I don't think it's good,
yeah.
I don't think it's good.
But it's like, you also...
You can't just say it's good and me be like, yeah, you're right. It's good now, magically.
As a fan of something, you have to understand, for people going into it, like, maybe you should be mad at this adaptation for not being good. Because... us, as people who are blind to what this is, watched the first episode with no context. We didn't come into it going, oh, it's a Crunchyroll thing. We're gonna shit on it because it's Crunchyroll. I didn't know that until it rolled on the screen, you know?
It's like, here's the thing with shows that are good, like, you don't watch the first episode of Gurren Lagann and go, wow, that was really bad, but apparently it gets better. It's like, no, it's a good first episode, and you keep watching it because the premise and the first episode are strong and pull you in. This did not obtain that.
I'm thinking about doing, like, a follow-up video about the importance of first episodes in shonen. In fairness, when I first watched Hunter x Hunter, I watched, like, 3 episodes and didn't really care about it and stopped.
I'll be honest, it took me, like, 20 episodes to get into Hunter x Hunter.
So it's like, I get it. For the people defending it, it's like, I do get when shows can start off not the best. Like, so I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt in that people have argued that it's good, and I'm like, well, that's fine. I wasn't making a judgment on the story of the comic. Like, it was a judgment on episode 1. These are episode 1 impressions, it says under the title.
Exactly.
The clickbait is Tower of God is cringe, and that's what got people, you know? But it is episode 1 impressions. I know nothing about this. The comments have assured me that this is something that might be good. Maybe we'll give it a 3-episode test if it leads to more entertainment for us. I don't know. I know you really don't want to keep watching it.
I'd be willing to watch it as something that's entertainingly bad, but I don't, for my taste, I don't see it becoming anything that I'll be interested in.
And also, like, we gave it honest praise of we'd love to watch the dub.
Yeah.
Which to most people feels like an insult. But
It seems like a slight, but it's not.
Inuyasha, the dub, is one of my favorite anime.
I can watch that, like, over and over.
Inuyasha, I would not consider a good anime.
No.
I would not recommend it to anyone.
No.
I love Inuyasha.
Yes.
Like,
I love Inuyasha.
This show could come out dubbed, and the dub could be bad, and I could watch it, and I could end up loving this show more than if I had watched it in Japanese initially, you know? And I could have I could have that, you know, like, even with Inuyasha, it's like it started as an ironic appreciation, and I thought it was shit, and I was ragging on it, and then we were watching it for fun. Burps. And then I ended up watching all of Inuyasha. And then I ended up analyzing Inuyasha in my head and coming up with big defenses of Inuyasha.
And then you're like, wait, I like Inuyasha.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
13 again.
Because if you watch something and you are entertained, you like it, you know?
It's good,
It's good.
To you, it's good.
If it entertains you, it's good.
Good doesn't necessarily mean it's a tour de force, it's a masterpiece. It can mean a lot of things.
And as far as the cringe goes, first of all, like, we're gonna get into the comments, which are pretty funny, but, like, my titling of Tower of God is cringe. most people don't know the cringed versus based meme that came out of RadCon, but that's kind of what that's in reference to, because things are either
it's
cringe or based.
Or in-joke.
Yeah, like it's already an in-joke, so I understand that the cringe element gets pretty funny, but yeah, in response to that, it's like, but the opening theme, very cringe. Like, that was the cringiest part of it.
The opening and ending still
those were
suck.
Incredibly cringe-inducing.
That is music I would never listen to if I of my own volition.
Which
ever.
I even cut out more of us shitting on that ending theme. We went
the whole time.
We were ripping on it.
Shitting on that.
I left it out in case that we would get copyright striked, which is another awesome first for us. Our first anime video, our first anime content, and we already got a copy strike. We already got claimed. Actually, not for Tower of God. We got claimed for listeners, which is great.
Thank you, Mappa. We appreciate. The show we praised is the one that took us down.
Without further ado, we can get into the comments. I guess before I do that, I was going to save it for afterwards, but I do want to, I just want to address the fact that, like, in all seriousness and self-awareness, like, I do realize that if we're going to get into anime content, like, this is just a quick look at the future of what anime covering holds, which is that you have to kind of tread carefully if you don't want to get into a shitstorm in your comments.
Sure.
Where it's like, well,
but
like, I'm not saying hold back our opinions. I'm just saying, like, we did go, like, I certainly went into it uninformed of what the fuck it was. We did make some jokes where it's like, you know, we put all the weight in Crunchyroll, which, like, obviously I know that Crunchyroll has nothing to do with the quality of this show in any capacity, because they're a fucking producer. They have nothing to do with it. They threw a bunch of money at it to a bunch of other people that have nothing to do with Crunchyroll to make this. Obviously, they have nothing to do with the quality. I want to make that clear. That is an obvious thing to me. We were just making fun of it because it's funny.
Sometimes
because it's funny to shit on Crunchyroll.
You say things that are inaccurate because it's funnier that way.
But it's like, if we keep our current goal right now is to grow the channel, and so we will get new people and they will be really turned off if we are as uninformed as we are in this video. And I do recognize that, and I'll try to be more informed in the future. So I want to give one to the commenters and say, you're right. We were doing this as a fun experiment.
Yeah.
Which worked out, and we're planning to do more of this, so we'll try to be a little more educated in the future. We're educated about most anime.
Yes, this is just completely out of our wheelhouse. Yeah. It's not the kind of thing we typically consume.
I just didn't know going into it that it was anything at all, you know?
I usually
didn't
would
know
not,
there was a webtoon and all
not
that.
be drawn in the least to a Crunchyroll anime. Typically, I'll peruse the anime list. I'll read the summations of the things I'm interested in, check the studios, check the directors, and I will only look into the things that I am interested in, and everything else is just gone.
Yeah. And the structure of this episode was meant to be, we watched 3 anime. The first one we watched was Gal and Dino, which I ended up cutting because we didn't have that much interesting stuff to say, and it already ended up too long to begin with. But I was thinking going into it that Listeners was a cool show that I think people are going to like, and it's going to be good, and people are going to talk about it. And then the other 2 were just like whatever shows that we would use to pad out the episode. And then afterwards, I come to learn that Tower of God is going to be a big deal, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess Tower of God is actually kind of the draw of this episode.
Yeah.
So I'll put that in the thumbnail, I'll put that at the forefront, even though we care more about Listeners, and that's like, we really wanted to talk about that, which we do in the video after Tower of God. And I was like, man, I hope people watch through Tower of God to get to Listeners, because no one cares about Tower of God.
It's the negative and then the palate cleanser of the positive.
Yeah.
So you end on a high note.
Yeah, but yeah, so just some context and explanation, because I think it's fun, and I think you guys will enjoy it, and I think the people watching this particular video are probably all going to be our subscribers, but yeah. So without further ado, let's get into some of these funny comments. Looks like there's even more. We have 60 now. Last time I checked it was like 55. Right. We'll go newest first. Let's see. Dude, you obviously don't understand everything that happened because it's the first episode. You're already judging it from one episode. It's like One Piece. It starts off slow. It obviously wants you to ask questions so you can watch more. Both of you are so impatient. Not everyone is like you two that just wants interesting. You read it. I'm terrible at this.
Not everyone is like you too, that just wants interesting bits and not talking informative bits, because the boring bits help progress the story. No wonder you don't have many views. No one wants your elitist views. If you're not even bright enough to know what that means without looking it up.
Nice.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google what elitist means real
Google
quick.
Google it.
How do you spell that?
Google it.
How do you spell that?
Goggle.
Okay.
S.
All
Goggles.
right. Fuck off.
Okay. Which is beautiful, because there's another person coming in, they don't know that we don't make anime videos, you know?
Correct.
So they passed a judgment on the whole channel. And yeah, we only were judging the first episode of this, and the first episode was slow. It's episode 1 impressions. Didn't make a statement about the series. I don't know anything about the series. It's the first episode.
But your title made a statement about the series, which means you think all of it is shit.
And when you have to wait a week between every episode, you lose patience in a week. And you don't want to watch the next one because you didn't like the first one. Why would you watch the next one?
And as an adult, you don't have time to waste on anime that you don't think is going to be worth your patience and your time investment. Mm-hmm. You just don't have that kind of energy.
All right, these ones are good. Oh, this one looks good. Oh, this one I know. Read that one.
How Tower of God is cringe. If you guys cringe as fuck, do you guys know what cringe even means? You hurt my brain cells for real. No, I just can't see how Tower of God is CRINGE. For real now, my brain cells want to die on their own now. With no punctuation. Yeah, but it's my brain cells that are dead.
Damn.
Okay.
Well, I mean, clearly because we hurt his brain cells, he can't type anymore.
We murdered the brain cells that were in charge of punctuation.
We destroyed his ability to type by ruining his brain cells.
The Oxford comma, no thank you. No commas, no periods.
Let's see. Read the source material. Your criticisms are bullshit. Well, thank you.
No thanks. I'm not interested in that.
This guy acknowledging comments flooded. Oh, this one's good. Read that.
The worst music I've heard in my entire life. The voice acting isn't that good. The art style was clearly incompetency. Good lord, what hot takes, lol. Kinda cringe, bro.
It's hilarious because everyone with a negative comment says that we are cringe because we call Tower of God cringe. So it's like, no you.
No you!
No you cringe.
No, your mom gay.
You to cringe. We not cringe, you cringe.
No you.
First of all, like
nothing makes for a better argument than no you. I mean,
don't think we said the worst music I've heard in my entire life. Like that seems like an exaggeration.
I want to kill myself when I heard that song.
Maybe.
I don't think we said the art style was incompetent.
Yeah. No,
that
you did.
Might be. Did I?
You literally said
I say
that.
incompetent?
Yes. You said, you said, I don't think it was a stylistic choice. You thought it was incompetent. You were much harsher than me.
Probably,
you were ripping into it.
I was on a roll.
You were on a roll.
When I'm on
which is great.
A diatribe, I go in, man.
Because it's like, man, if we piss off people with this hot take, this take wasn't even hot.
Baby
this
boy.
was mild. We could get way worse. We could get way hotter.
This is sriracha. You're not at Pepper X. You're down here. Mm-hmm. There's levels. Still, there's graduated steps, my friend.
Let's see, good ones. Oh, here we go. This one's good.
Okay. Only the first episode airs so far, and this dumbasses are already dumping their judgment on the entire series as whole based on the first episode itself. It's not disliking the show anymore. It's just pure hate. Fuck this channel. Next comment. Fuck this shit.
So, somehow in the video titled First Episode Impressions, he got the impression that we think the entire series is a pile of shit.
Yes, and that's correct.
This is just how YouTube works and how anime works. Oh, correct. This one's my favorite. Semantic? I think he meant to say...
I was waiting for anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic.
Anti-semantic, though?
When I saw that, I read it as anti-Semitic, but he says anti-semantic. Which, to the anti-Semitic, I'm a Jew... very clean. So just be glad that my ancestors suffered, and that I had a good line and now I fucked it up. Be glad that my ancestors suffered for your entertainment. Fuck. Jesus Christ. This one's reasonable. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, it's
FYI,
totally fair.
Joseph Cho is Korean, not American. Way to lose your credibility, lol. Fair enough. Joseph, not a Korean name. Just saying. I meant to look it up. Let's actually look it up right now.
Yeah, let's do a little...
Because I want to see if he is literally Korean.
Or if he's a Korean living in America. I did think that.
Or, like, a Korean American, you know? Like, maybe a American-born
That's what I meant.
Korean man.
Yes, a Korean American.
Let's see. He's got an IMDb.
There's a lot of Joseph Cho's. Try adding on
This is
Tower
probably
of God.
him on IMDb. No.
Yeah, try adding on. There was a Harlock credit on there, maybe.
Tower of God. Doo-doo-doo.
Producer.
Yeah, that was the one I just clicked. Let's see. I just want to learn about Joseph Cho.
Produced. It's just produced, like...
Yeah, let's see.
He's probably just... This probably is his IMDb, and it's just,
So he did grow up in Korea. Okay. Fine enough.
To be fair, though, he's a producer, so, like, that's not something
Yeah.
I would have any knowledge of, really.
Well, it was just that we made a racy joke by shitting on this guy. Let's see. I mean, it looks like he's been working in America for quite some time.
Yeah. Oh, he worked on Nightcry, lol.
Nice. Yeah, I guess these are all animations.
King of Fighters 5.
I mean, everything he's worked on is shit, so I don't feel that bad. But, anyways, sorry, Joseph Cho is Korean. We made a mistake. He's a Korean man. I'm sorry that he has a biblical name. We fucking dropped the ball on that one, man.
Fuck.
We dropped the ball.
I guess I have to die now.
See, we gotta get educated. We need to know the name and nationality of every single person on the staff, okay? We cannot make a joke about
no jokes.
Names.
Listen.
This is not a white man. This is a Korean man.
Funny, okay?
It's not funny.
This is serious.
It's serious fucking business. We need to know everything. And also, who let the dogs out. I'll probably cut that out. Anyways, alright. Continuing on with the comments. Where'd they go?
Yes, okay. Where'd they go? Where's the boys?
Yeah. This guy, fine enough. I'm deeply disappointed. That's a fine comment. Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
This one's good on our side. Oh, but it sounds like the responses are great. What is this? It's not fun.
It's just talking about how One Piece is good. Everyone just is comparing this to One Piece.
Yeah. These ones are mostly yeah, because these are the early comments, so it's all people who follow us. But yeah, I guess that's most of the bad comments. Most of the hilariously bad ones that I wanted to react to. See if we've gotten more in the last 10 minutes. Oh God. No, we haven't got any more views.
No.
Probably at our limit. Anyway, let's get into the analytics. I'm just going to cut ahead to when we're at the analytics page.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, so interesting analytics I found. First of all, 52% of traffic coming from browser features, which is interesting. I believe it has search features in here somewhere. Damn, I can't find the shit now. Engagement. Well, this is the best one. So it has our engagement at average view duration is about 6 minutes.
Very nice.
Audience retention 651, 23%, which means that most of the people watching it are watching the Tower of God thing and then
clicking
not
away
watching
before
the rest.
which was not the point.
And here's an even better one. So 88% is subscribed, 12% unsubscribed. And then somewhere in here, it has our, I can't fucking find it now that I'm trying to do a video, but like, I looked it up, and based on our subscribers, it has a view duration, and on our not subscribed, it has a view duration.
Sure.
The non-subscribed view duration is about 3 minutes.
Well,
which is about the duration of us, like the
showing
duration of our
clips
jokey
and
stuff
danking,
before we even really discuss. So I'm like, so a lot of people are literally clicking the video and commenting and leaving.
And rage quitting.
Like, they are rage quitting immediately.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking funny. But yeah, so only 12% of the views on it are not our subscribers, which means that we did reach more of our subscribers than we normally do with our videos, just because it was an anime related thing.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I want to reach the people who are already fucking subscribed to us and not watching any of our shit. That's good. Glad you guys are coming back. We're gonna be making more anime shit,
back.
so stick around. But yeah, those were all of the memes I had. I thought those comments were really funny,
Yeah.
and I figured we could indulge and have this be a time capsule of the first time we've ever gotten views that weren't already on this fucking channel, beyond like when I had my PCP drama video.
Oh god.
That one had some good viewership.
Nice. Are we gonna call this video Vic and Hope are cringe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna milk the Tower of God thing.
Okay, that's fair.
I have to make sure I make it a clickbait Tower of God video, so that
they
people
can
will
watch
actually
30
watch it.
seconds of it. And be like, this isn't Tower of God.
Yeah. That's why I at least tried to put our discussion of our video towards the front, so that people will actually watch it, hopefully, and not just think it's a video where we shit on comments. Because I wanted to shit on the comments, but I also wanted to, make a sort of, self-aware, not an apology, but a declaration of self-awareness.
Creating context,
Yeah.
I believe, is probably the right way to describe it. You had mentioned something about giving potential viewers insight into our personal tastes.
Oh, that's going to be a different video.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but I should talk about that here.
Yeah, but you should talk about it.
Because we were thinking about if we're sort of switching into doing more anime shit, which we haven't done before. We'll probably make a video where we discuss our favorite anime and our taste in anime, so that people can understand. Because Tower of God being compared to One Piece, it's like we don't care for One Piece.
Yeah, I don't I don't watch One Piece or read.
If you're gonna compare it to One Piece, that's not gonna get us in.
It's not gonna sell us.
Some people have said Hunter x Hunter, and that I'm like, well, Hunter x Hunter's nothing like One Piece, so I don't really know, but like we should establish to our audience our taste through a video that I would probably put on the front of the channel.
Yeah. I do think that's only fair.
Yeah, like if there's anime people coming in and they don't know who we are, I do think it's important for people critiquing things to share their taste, because you will see that it is very different from the people who are watching Tower of God,
Yeah.
And that would be fair. It would give people some perspective. Assuming we even get any more fucking anime clickbait views or subscribers. I haven't checked if we got any new subs from this. I doubt it.
Yeah.
But
probably not.
Yeah. But our, we have a plan that I will not describe yet. I'm leaving it up in the air, because if I talk about it, it's not going to happen. So, but things to come. Some more anime shit, some more video game shit.
Yeah.
We're grinding.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure, the people who already follow us understand our brand of humor and kind of our dynamics, so they realize that it's not that serious. But also, it's just anime.
Yeah. And I guess in fairness, we are cringe, I'm a cringy boy. I'm pretty fucking cringe. I got my banana shirt on. Drinking White Claws.
There's no laws.
You gotta lean into the cringe, You
gotta embrace what makes you you.
The cringe. Everyone's cringe.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just cringy adults.
We're just base cringe.
We're just cringy adults who've seen enough shonen anime to fucking not give a shit about Tower of God off of one episode.
They call that being jaded.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe 13 episodes come out, it drops online in a dub, we watch it, we enjoy it, season 2 comes out, and we like that even more. That's happened to us with plenty of shows, Yeah. Where like we hate watched or cringe watched the first season, and the second season comes along and it's better, and you're like, oh, well, that actually picked up. What's a good example? One of those happened recently, didn't it? Even something like Glow on Netflix.
Yeah.
Where it's like Glow first season, we're like, fuck this shit. We're just watching it because we're bored, and then like by season 3 you're like, this show's really good. Like, oh, this is the best thing on Netflix now.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's like opinions can be fluid. We can come around on Tower of God later, It's not the end of the world if
Anything
it actually
can happen.
proves itself. If people start going like, dude, you really dropped the ball on that. Episode 5 came out and it's a fucking masterpiece. Then yeah, maybe we'd watch it. Maybe Digibro puts out a video where he's like, Tower of God actually based.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I will certainly admit that there have been times when I've shit on my friends for liking stuff, and then I've tried it and come around to it and been like, it's great. And they were like, well, you were just shitting on me. I'm like, yeah, I know, but now I like it.
You've done that to me plenty of times, I'm sure.
That's how I be.
Even Gurren Lagann didn't used to like.
But I never shit on you for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, I
But
mean,
yeah.
I just was like, I don't know, I wasn't that into it when I tried to watch it.
Yeah.
But then
Exactly,
I watched it
which
again.
is a lot of things, you know. I wasn't into Hunter x Hunter. One of my favorite anime now, you know?
Exactly.
Like, there's plenty of shit you can cover around on.
Exactly.
So it's not the end of the world. I hope that's a fucking word of advice for every commenter in the fucking world on the planet. Just like...
Simping for Tower of God.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the worst offense we commit is we told 5 people not to watch it and they went, fuck that shit. But those people might come around too, you know?
Fuck this channel.
If it
Fuck
is
this
good,
shit.
like if it is good, at some point it will pick up steam. People shitting on it for the first episode isn't going to stop the show from reaching its audience if it's good, you know? And prove us wrong. I love getting proven wrong.
Yeah. But I mean... If something like Kimetsu no Yaiba can explode and it's just a shonen, like, of course something like this could take off if it proves to have something good in it.
SAO is still doing amazing and everyone shits on it constantly, you know?
Yeah, it's like, who's unironically supporting this? I don't understand.
So it's like, you know, some new people found us. They're not going to subscribe because they think our opinions are shit. And that's fair enough because they're not going to... They'll never get it, you know?
Yeah.
If they didn't get that, they're never going to get us. Whatever. I know how Conrad feels now in a microcosm. I always have like these microcosm experiences of like Digibro's entire life, you know? But this was fun. This is great. I'm having a good time making some anime content. Drinking a White Claw. Getting a little tipsy.
Nice.
What else? Works every time.